Hi everyone, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a good day. I'm having a good one. Aptera is continuing to do things to the vehicle, and you know what? We're going to talk about why the Aptera came out. So let's go ahead and get into it. Welcome back to my channel. It's good to have you here. We welcome everybody to Free Power. Thank you so much for joining us. And we know that Aptera is continuing to get this vehicle out. We are only waiting for them to start mass producing it. But this episode is actually going to talk about why Steve and Chris came out with the Aptera in the first place. So let's go ahead and get into it, and we'll talk about that after this video.
And yeah, I've been enjoying the fan blowing on me in there and watching it charge the solar. So it's pretty extraordinary. The team is working around the clock. You know, basically every piece of hardware and software on this, except the powertrain, is from our own design.
Right.
And the team has just been working around the clock to get all the latest revs and everything on the vehicle, and it's just extraordinary just to power it up and drive it out, and everything works.
It's very cool. Let's come out front for a minute. We can show how gorgeous it looks. It really looks amazing. So Steve, what is Aptera? Like, how do you start it, and what do you think makes it important for the world we're in right now?
Chris and I started Aptera to make the world's most efficient EV. And when you make the world's most efficient EV, you can do things like have meaningful range increase from solar. So you see we've got solar panels on the hood, on the dash, on the roof, and on the back.
Yep.
And we can deliver up to 4 kilowatt hours a day in some locations to the vehicle, and that can be up to 40 miles per day in those locations. So for most people, whether it's 20 miles or 40 miles, it doesn't matter. They drive less than that anyway, and they won't have to plug it in. And that's the whole thing is about solar transportation is you can still use it like a regular EV. You can stop at a fast charger and charge it on a long trip, but most people won't have to plug it in the day-to-day. They'll just park it like this. They might optimize next to like a really reflective spot of their building, as we've been doing here, and maximize their solar, but they won't have to plug it in at all. Most people won't.
That's so cool. Yeah, Chris couldn't be here today, but he wanted to say hi to everybody. So
He's here with us in spirit.
He's here with us in spirit.
As evidenced by all of this stuff, as his fingerprints on it too.
Well, let's just check a beauty shot out of the vehicle. Looks really cool. I'm having different engineers talk about different parts of the vehicle they worked on today. So we're going to get a really kind of in-depth look on this vehicle and all the stuff that we've done to make it how it is now, which is really, really cool. So
Steve brought out they wanted to come out with the most aerodynamic EV ever to be on the road. And this is it. They cut whatever area that was causing drag. They used a computer simulation to help make the angles so that the air can flow in between the areas where it was causing the most problems and allowing the air to flow freely. So you could see how they have really stepped up their game. In fact, the vehicle is so aerodynamic, the drag on it is 0.13. And they looked at every area where they could even lower the drag coefficient on the vehicle even more, and they did that. So right now, you could say the Aptera is the most aerodynamic vehicle on the road. They added solar panels so that you can drive around in your vehicle for free without putting any gas into the vehicle if you drive less than 30 miles a day. And so if you calculate that, let's say you put $40 worth of gas in your car every week. So if you do that, I believe there's 52 weeks in a year. 40 times 52, that comes up to 2,080. So you're saving 2,080 bucks a year on just gas alone. And that's not even including getting a tune up, taking the vehicle to have it inspected every year for your tags. So all that gets eliminated. oil changes, and you don't have to worry about your transmission. So you just save a good bit of money just from the Aptera. But also, you got to remember that the main reason why everybody is switching over to EVs is because of CO2 that's being dumped into the air. That pollutant is help causing climate change. And of course, we want the world to be a little better. I mean, back in the 70s, we didn't have to worry about all these horrific things that are happening in the world today. And so once you eliminate that and the world continues to pretty much heal itself, it'll go back to what the temperatures were back then, and we won't be having all these terrible fires and hurricanes so often, or droughts. So, there's so many reasons why Aptera is needed, and they need to go ahead and start to sell right now for our time, because it'll help out in so many different ways. Plus, the vehicle is not made out of a lot of steel. It's made out of composite FMC and regular CSMC. So that eliminates on using metal, which also helps in northern climates because you won't have to worry about the vehicle rusting. It'll last for a long time. You could continue to upgrade it, and by the 6th, 7th generation, it'll still be going. So Aptera is really good. I mean, this should be what the auto industry is moving to. We know that EVs with battery pack powered vehicles is what people or companies are moving to now. And solar EVs is what they should be moving to in the future. But we'll let you make that decision. How do you feel about it? I know a lot of people can actually see that. And most people say that, this thing is basically, it's been designed before its time, which is true. And a lot of times you can't see that, or a lot of people can't see that until they actually need it. But why wait until then? If you get the Aptera now, you'll be ahead of the curve. You'll be ahead of everybody else. But Aptera is really going to make some big changes. And, once they get on the road, everybody will start to realize exactly what this vehicle is not only capable of, but also why they need to drive an Aptera. But anyway, we're going to give a shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys very much. I truly appreciate you guys. You helped me out so much. Oh, yes. But we're going to help Aptera get on the road. So y'all just hang in there. It's going to make it. Y'all take care. You have a good one. If you're new here, hit the like, ring the bell, subscribe. You catch all my videos when they come out. So y'all take care. We'll talk to you later. See you in the next video. All right. Bye-bye.